So this is the second video in the graphics series. This time I'm going to work with the spider pictures. I've already copied these to my desktop. I got them from Media Files 3 from the same website as we did the first time. So I'm going to open Visual Studio. Actually, it's already open. I'm going to bring it up to the desktop and create a new project. I'm going to call this one Spiders. And once again, we have to get rid of the old files and add our own. Okay, so this time I have a background and two spiders. And the background is a web and the spiders are going to sit on the web. But before I start editing the code, I'm going to go ahead and copy those files into my folder now that it's created. So minimize the Visual Studio, find the project file, and I'm looking for one called Spiders. Don't forget to go into the Spiders folder twice. Make sure you find the file that has the C++ source. And then move your files into this folder. Okay, so we've got Web, Spider, and Spider 2. I'm going to start by loading all three images. Web is going to be number 1. Spider is going to be number 2. And Spider 2 will be number 3. I'm not trying to be confusing, it's just working out that way. And then we're going to paste the images. Anytime we want to paste a background, it should be at location 0, 0. Remember that the coordinates for the paste are the top left corner, and we want our background to start in the top left corner also. The other two spiders we can put wherever we want. I'm going to put the second one at 50-50. And spider number 2 at 300, 100. Okay, let's build the program. And make sure it works to this point. There we go, our two spiders in the web. Now we want to get rid of these green boxes around the spiders. We do that by using what's called a color key. And you have to set the color key before you actually load the images which have the green backgrounds. So the command is db set image color key. And this takes 3 numbers, a red value, a blue value, and a green value. Now the background color in this case was pure green. So we put 0 for red, 255 for blue, and 0 for green. We also have to add a third coordinate on the load image. Sorry, we have to add a fourth coordinate on the paste image for the spiders. and tell it to paste using the color key. So our argument here for the last one is 1. Our argument here for the last one is also 1. So these two things together should set up the color key. Here we go. 2 spiders and not a green border in sight. Now you have to be a little careful with the color key. We would not have wanted to use black, for example, because then we would lose the outlines. Or if we used white, we'd lose their eyes. Or if we used yellow, then the spider would be see-through. So your color key has to be a color that does not appear anywhere else in the program. Now, technically speaking, I can always use 4 arguments in paste image. Where I go to the background, I could go 1, 0, 0, 0. The 4th 0 says do not use the color key. So it's pretty much the same as leaving that 0 out. It'll still compile and run just fine. And you'll see it looks just the same. For background, we generally do not use a color key. We use the color keys for the things that are going to be on the top of the background. Now let me tweak these spiders a little. Not sure I'm happy with the way they're positioned. I'd rather they be looking at each other. So I'm going to change spider number 1, excuse me, the spider.bmp, which has image number 2, to be at location 500 and 200. And then I'm going to change the spider 2, which of course has number 3, to be at location 150. There's 200. Let's see how this works. Oops, it looks like I got the X number too high on this spider. Actually, I think I got a little too high on this one too. So I need to back both of them up a little bit. Change this one from 500 to 300. And the bottom one from 100 to 20. Remember that the coordinates are going to use the top left corner of the image. So even if the top left corner is no longer there, it's disappeared because we used a color key, it's still where the top left corner would have been. Okay, now they're both in the web. They look like they're having fun. So I'm going to do one more video in this series to show how to move images to create a very rudimentary kind of animation. And that one will come next. Where we are going to use the spider video again, or the spider program again. So be sure to save it. There we go. Save. And close for the start of the next video.